Hi there, as we can see there are multiple workbooks in our open Excel application. We need a macro which is a follow-up to earlier videos, however we want to effect the insertion of columns into all worksheets across all open workbooks. Remember to go to Visual Basic for Applications and insert a module. It is best to narrate your macro in order for other users of your macro to know its purpose. We will call this macro Insert Cols Sheets Workbooks. Don't forget to deactivate the following Excel properties because it will enhance the macro's performance and efficiency. Next, we want to declare our object variables for the macro. It will mean you can change the value of a variable within the code and continue to use that same variable in the code. Now we should state the initial active workbook and worksheet selections, because this way the cursor will return to the initial workbook and worksheet upon fulfillment of the macro. Further, we must state the active column for where we want to insert columns. The iCount cols variable will quantify the number of columns to insert across the worksheets and workbooks. Make sure to write this piece of code accurately, otherwise the macro may not execute properly. It is always preferable to add some error handling code in a macro because it will overcome runtime errors from the incorrect use of the macro by users. Clearly we want the macro to stop if a user inputs a 0, negative value, or non-numerical value into the input box. The loop feature of the code is vital as it will allow the macro to shift from open workbook to open workbook. Then we need to add a second loop to loop through the worksheets for each respective workbook. This piece of code is vital. Any typo or misspelling will likely stop the macro from working fully. Once the macro is looped through all worksheets in the active workbook and inserted the desired number of columns in each worksheet, we need to move the cursor back to cell A1 in Sheet 1 or the far left-hand worksheet. We now want to move to the next workbook. Next, we need to return the cursor back to the initial workbook and worksheet, where we made the initial column insertion. The macro is complete. We can now re-enable the following Excel properties. Let's review the macro one final time. We are now ready to insert columns across all worksheets and all open workbooks. As we can see, the macro is working precisely. Feel free to subscribe to our channel, like this video, or send us a comment.